now, but maybe not in the future, okay?
Steve Hines would like to say a few things about your father.
First of all, I mean, I've known him for 23 years. He hasn't claimed me all the time. But for the most part, I just want to thank you for having sex.
If you could, like, put a little bit more insulation in the walls to get rid of some of the noise.
Sorry, I figured we lived under your roof for quite a while, but that was the main reason we had to move out. I mean, if that's any, you know, if that's how it is when you get older, man, I'm ready.
I don't understand why there's a fire alarm and sprinklers in the room. I've never been in any other household that, has been that. It's right over the bed.
Right by the mirror.
Yeah,
on the ceiling.
It's just, okay. But we're, the thing about it is growing up with Dad, well, we didn't grow up with him. He was there and we grew up. And he was a tough father on us, and he raised us pretty well. But he used to give me enemas daily, even though I didn't eat them. I don't know why, and it's still unexplained, but I mean...
He believed in family bonding, and he would make us, I don't know why, it was kind of sick looking back on it, but he would take, me, Brian, and Angela, and I guess at the same time, and water, you all take a bath together.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God we moved out, because last month was a tough. It's bigger now.
I think there's a statute of limitations on that stuff.
But when he moved to Texas 2 years, I mean, it was weird. We didn't know what to do. We didn't bathe.
Because he would always show us where the washcloths were, and with him going, we're going to use the soap by ourselves.
So that's just a couple things. But we came together. When we were younger, Dad.
We always, growing up in South Kansas is, not the easiest place. Maybe Compton in Los Angeles and Southeast Kansas are probably the two toughest places in the world to grow up. So he's got his own vocabulary.
Exactly. And we'd always, whenever we get yelled at as a kid, especially me and Jerry, we'd always have to make fun of Dad behind his back.
Because, a lighter moment for us.
Exactly.
We were in our rooms, had nothing else to do, so we decided, people who have known Dad for a while probably may have heard a couple of these phrases. But we've come up with pretty much the dictionary on Dad.
These are the most common words or phrases heard.
There are about 25 of them.
When we were growing up. So,
okay, so the first one is?
The first one is, damn it to hell.
That means
you screwed up.
Exactly. What's going on? This one, the next one is, quit now.
Which in layman's terms is quit now.
You're bugging me, leave me alone.
Exactly. Next one is make your nest, which means whenever you're sitting on the couch and you're trying to get comfortable, which he doesn't like you moving around. Make your nest.
Another one goes, we'll just get this one out of the way. I'm sick and tired of you.
Which is, I'm sick and tired. Sick and tired. Which is, he's tired of what you're doing.
Exactly. Which is kind of like, quit now.
And I heard this next phrase I heard a lot, because I always used to follow Dad around whenever we'd fix, or I'd try to help him fix his car or do anything around the house. It would be, leave things alone. I'd always be messing with his stuff. Or,
why don't you leave things alone?
Why don't you leave things alone, boy?
This next one we hear quite often as well. Boy, what in the hell is the matter with you? Which, for those who really don't understand, that's just,
you screwed up. You screwed up again. So sometimes you would hear, boy, what is that? What in the hell's the matter with you? Damn it to hell.
Quit now, make your nest. This one's a personal favorite of ours. But we're not quite sure how it came about. But when Dad would go to work, and when we get out of high school, you're sitting on the couch, or especially in the king's chair, his little recliner, and he would come home from a long day at work, getting yelled at, and he would really want to just sit there and relax with some iced tea and maybe the History Channel or something. So me and Brian, of course, being antagonists, would sit in his chair.
We knew he'd be coming home. We'd go sit in his chair.
It would be, 4:45. Dad's on his way home. He'd get up off the couch and get in his chair. And he would look at us, wouldn't say a word, but he'd go,
Rouse. Which Rouse.
I think it's German for get out of my chair. And we don't do that a lot of there.
I didn't say that to him.
my nest.
And the next thing is, wait, now go to your roost. Another thing he would say is, you know, growing up, kids get dirty. Time for dinner, wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Wash there.
I don't know, and it's Washington, D.C., and George Washington. You know, and of course, if we did wash our hands, and we'd be sitting at the dinner table dirty, he would, you know, just, Barb,
Smack him. Dad actually never liked to spank us or anything. He always make Mom do the punishment.
God forbid Dad would ever have to spank us or anything. I wasn't sure who had more tears in their eyes, mine with the red ass or him.
I would look forward to his spankings. I mean, like when we say smack him, we'd always be across the table or something like that. So you don't want to sit next to Dad, first of all.
Oh no.
But he didn't want to reach across, so you go, Barb, smack him.
Next thing he would say, you know, sometimes you'd forget to take off your coat or, you know, whatever. He's like, take your coat off and stay a while. That was his way of saying, welcome to my home. And that's, we'd be going to, you know, church or dinner or somewhere, and we'd walk around with our hands in our pockets. Maybe he has a phobia against it, but he would
Get your hands out your pockets.
Or we would shuffle our feet, and he'd be like, pick up your feet.
With the shuffling.
This one, you know, we got yelled at a lot by Dad. And if we would ever screw up, one of the first things out of his mouth was, Jesus H. Christ. Boy, what in the hell?
See, but to this day, I still don't know what the H stands for.
I think it's Jesus, but that would be...
That's what the J's.
I don't know. We try and, you know, intimidate him by our musical presence in the house, so we would whistle quite a bit, just to make him mad. And he would say,
quit your whistling.
If we were out and about, running around in the yard or anything, and, you know, kids forget to close doors and everything.
No.
His way of reprimanding us would
Here's
be,
this one. I'm not trying to heat the neighborhood. Or here's another one, wherever you live, like Shawnee or right now in Goose Creek. I'm not trying to cool all the Goose Creek. Same thing in the wintertime. I'm not trying to heat Shawnee.
and again, you know, we would, you know, kids forget this, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you again. You are pure D stupid. Pure D. I don't know what the D stands for. He's like, his dad's middle name, or his middle initial is P, whereas he says it, hey.
It's Paul. It stands for Paul. That's his middle name.
So he
but,
says.
Yes, but it's pronounced P-A-Y.
Hey.
Stephen K. Hines.
If we ever ran out of anything, Dad, we have any peanut butter? Plum out. I was asking about peanut butter, he's talking about plums. And then if we ever question him,
Because I said so. That's pretty much a common parent thing.
it's like, his dead halt right there. Nope, no going further. We got that one. If it was really hot inside, you know, anywhere, you go, Dad, how hot is it?
Hotter than the hubs of hell.
I didn't know Chrysler made a car called Hell. We were screwing around, sitting to our room or something, and you know, I don't know, I thought we paid attention to you quite well, but evidently not, because he'd be like, get back in your room, make your nest, go to bed, what the hell's the matter with you? And then, yeah. And then when it was time to go to bed, we would hear, good night!
Whenever you try to piss him off, like, he won't listen to you. Good night!
Dad,
Good night!
Dad, what are we doing tomorrow? Night! Night! And when he would wake us up in the mornings, remember in Houston, how he'd wake us up? He'd come in with a trash can banging around. What would he say? Something like, rise and shine. Oh, and we would, well, as we got older, we thought we could take our father on.
Now we know we can.
We beat him down one day.
He came with a
We'd always
phrase.
try to challenge him, and he would say, I don't know where he got this from.
If you're feeling froggy,
Jump on. Or if he didn't about that, if we were messing around with him real good, he'd go, mess with the bull, you get the horn. One time, and this is just a side note, we were at a wedding up in Kansas City. And the person who was doing the mass was confused or something, and they go like this. Well, Dad thought that meant stand. Dad stood up in the middle, and I turned to my cousin and I go, look at standing bull. If we were making a lot of racket, he would say, quiet down.
Say that again.
Quiet down.
Thank you.
And I guess this is the last one we've got.
You be quiet, please.
Last one we've got would be, we're getting real lippy with him, he'd say, watch your mouth. That's about it. And so if any of these phrases, happen to hit you, you know what he means. So, I mean, it was tough. It took us almost 22, 23 years to learn what he was saying, but, like I said, thanks for having sex.